Hello, everyone. Welcome to the English Learning Podcast. I'm Emily, and I'm here with my co host, Mark. Hi, Mark.
Hi, Emily. Hi, listeners. Today's topic is one that hits close to home for many of us: overthinking. If you've ever found yourself stuck in your own thoughts, unable to make a decision or take action, this episode is for you.
Absolutely. Overthinking can be exhausting. It often leads to stress, inaction, and even self doubt. But the good news is, there are strategies to quiet your mind and focus on what really matters.
In this episode, we'll explore why we overthink, the hidden costs of overthinking, and practical tools like journaling, mindfulness, and decision-making frameworks to help you break free from the cycle.
So grab a notebook or just sit back, relax, and let's dive into how to stop overthinking and start taking action. Let's start with the basics. Mark, why do you think people overthink?
Good question. Overthinking often comes from a fear of making mistakes. People want to make the perfect decision, so they go over every possible scenario in their head.
Exactly. Another reason is self-doubt. When you're not confident in your abilities, it's easy to second-guess yourself and overanalyze every situation.
Right. And let's not forget the role of information overload. With so much information at our fingertips, it's easy to feel paralyzed by all the options.
The bottom line is, overthinking usually stems from a desire for control. But ironically, it often leaves us feeling less in control.
So, Emily, let's talk about the cost of overthinking. What do you think it costs us?
One big cost is time. Overthinking can keep you stuck in decision-making mode instead of moving forward.
Absolutely. Another cost is energy. It's mentally exhausting to replay scenarios in your head over and over.
And let's not forget missed opportunities. When you're stuck overthinking, you might miss out on chances to grow, connect, or take action.
Overthinking can also lead to stress and anxiety. It creates a cycle where you're so worried about making the wrong decision that you can't make any decision at all.
Exactly, and that's why it's so important to break the cycle and focus on taking actionable steps. Let's start with one of my favorite tools, journaling. Writing down your thoughts can help you get them out of your head and onto paper, where they feel more manageable.
Absolutely. Journaling helps you identify patterns in your thinking and clarify what's really important. For example, you can write about a decision you're struggling with and list the pros and cons.
It's a great way to sort through your thoughts without getting overwhelmed.
Another powerful tool is mindfulness. This means being present in the moment instead of worrying about the past or future.
Exactly. Mindfulness techniques like deep breathing or meditation can help calm your mind and reduce the urge to overthink.
Even something as simple as taking a 5-minute walk and focusing on your surroundings can make a big difference.
For those who struggle with decision-making, using a framework can be a game changer. One example is the 80-20 rule. Focus on the 20% of actions that will produce 80% of the results.
Another framework is good enough decision-making. Instead of aiming for perfection, ask yourself, is this choice good enough for now?
I love that. It shifts the focus from perfection to progress.
Sometimes overthinking happens because the task feels too big. Breaking it into smaller, actionable steps can make it feel more achievable.
Yes. For example, if you're overthinking about starting a new project, focus on just writing the first paragraph or making the first phone call.
Small wins build momentum and reduce the urge to overthink. Scenario 1. Choosing a career path.
Let's say someone is overthinking about their career path. What can they do?
Start by identifying your top values. Do you value creativity, stability, or growth? Once you're clear on that, explore options that align with those values.
I've been thinking about switching careers, but I'm worried I'll make the wrong choice.
What's most important to you in a career? Let's focus on that first.
That's a great approach. Focusing on what matters most helps cut through the noise.
Scenario 2. Deciding on a purchase.
Another example. Overthinking a big purchase, like a car or a laptop.
Set a budget, research your top 3 options, and then make a decision within a set time frame. For example, I'll decide by Friday.
I've been researching laptops for weeks. I still can't decide.
Which one meets your needs and fits your budget? Go with that. Scenario 3. Social situations.
Here's a common one. Overthinking before a social event.
Focus on what you can control, like your outfit or arriving on time. And remember, most people are too focused on themselves to notice small things about you.
What if I say something awkward at the party?
Just be yourself. People are more understanding than you think.
Before we wrap up, let's go over some key vocabulary from today's episode.
Overthinking, thinking too much about something in a way that's unproductive. Example, overthinking every detail kept me from making a decision.
Mindfulness, being present in the moment without judgment. Example, practicing mindfulness helps reduce stress.
Clarity, the state of being clear and focused. Example, journaling helped me gain clarity about my goals.
Decision making, the process of making choices. Example, using a decision-making framework made the process easier.
These words are great not only for this topic, but also for improving your English skills overall.
Exactly. Try using them in your own sentences to make them part of your vocabulary. To recap, we've discussed why we overthink, the costs of overthinking, and shared practical tools like journaling, mindfulness, and decision-making frameworks.
We also shared examples of how to take action in real-life situations, showing that breaking the cycle of overthinking is possible.
Remember, taking action doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be intentional. Progress beats perfection every time.
Thanks for listening, everyone. If you enjoyed this episode, subscribe to the English Learning Podcast and share it with a friend who might find it helpful.
Until next time, take care and keep learning.